So my first clue that McDonald's corporate and this local franchisee was involved in the crimes against me and everybody else was because there was no fucking way Chad Cronin, the health department, the police department, corrupt people at BPD, and Homeland Security, ICE, were sending their agents in here to fuck with me on McDonald's property, committing capital punishment, capital crimes basically, treason, capital homicide, on McDonald's property without the express permission of the franchisee, his attorneys, and corporate McDonald's and their attorneys. Because they knew I was going to blow the shit up. Well, the first thing the state police and Hochul's investigators is going to do is notify the franchisee and corporate that these government agencies are sending people to commit felonies. These high military elite like the Goldwaters and Weinbergers and people from BPD and they're acting as they're Wall Street corporations pretending to be government agents who serve the people. They're using their government power to serve themselves and their stockholders, which would be Congress and SCOTUS and every other, from a police officer to a security guard to a city council to a state legislator to county commissioners to sheriffs, deputies, state police, you name it. Doctors, nurses, social workers. Their unions own stock in these corporations that they're helping to steal and enslave us. Steal from the treasury while enslaving us, murdering us, trafficking us. Whatever. There's no fucking way. They were pulling what they were pulling and risked McDonald's, both franchise attorneys and McDonald's corporate attorneys, joining in the federal prosecution against them. It's one thing to have me suing you and prosecuting you. It's another to have a major global corporation like McDonald's and their lawyers suing the fuck out of you and prosecuting for committing crimes that that could potentially create a liability for them. Well, guess that's how I knew damn well McDonald's was involved in this shit. Come to find out, Mr. Volvo brags about Mr. Volvo and Sarge, who was coming in here with his wife, and she was giving me their pancakes, are bragging about being friends with Michaela and her husband, who worked for Homeland Security. I didn't know her husband worked for Homeland Security until Mr. Volvo told me that. I just thought she was an immigrant that was worried about getting deported. And then Mr. Volvo tells me that her husband's a DHS attorney or Border Patrol attorney. Well, how the fuck do you know that? And then I started remembering that's where I met him. He was coming in here to McDonald's. He wasn't here to help me. They had a hit out on Kenny, and I don't think he helped Kenny. I think he probably killed Kenny. Nobody's seen him anywhere. Unless they paid him off and got him in an apartment. But he's still got to drink and use and gamble and smoke pot. We're going to see him out and about. He's going to have cash. He's got to come out and hustle. He's got to eat. They were already trying to kill him. That's why they sent the guy from Salvation Army in here. And he was telling me that Kenny had clots. Says, how the fuck did you know Kenny had clots? Now, he was just in the ER the night before from blood clots that didn't get treated properly, and then you try to say that that was justified. This piece of shit from Salvation Army that was sleeping in his car that was trolling me while I was flying a sign in a new vehicle. Whether it was his vehicle or not, I don't know, but it wasn't the one he was sleeping in, the torn up piece of shit he was sleeping in. How did that piece of shit know? And then try to justify the criminal felony malpractice by UVM by saying, well, Kenny's drinking and not doing what the fuck is he supposed to do? It's a free fucking country, you Nazi Catholic pedo fuck you. And I called him that too. Oh, and by the way, Virginia G. Piper's donated millions for big fancy stained glass memorials to the Catholic Church in St. Vincent de Paul. Nobody would ever accuse the Catholic Church and its administrators and hierarchy of covering for pedophiles. And it seems like I remember a European podcaster was talking about how the Catholic Church was working with Israel to had something to do with the Ukraine war against Russia. And since Israel's about capitalism and slavery and Russia is against all that, and they want to pretty much rape Ukraine of its natural resources with Israel, Americans do, then it makes sense. I know I shared it on my posts. It would take me forever to find it because I'd have to go back so far. But yeah, that was my first clue. And then with Michaela threatening me and Robin Glidden, I think her name was, she had an attitude. And then they had Ashley approach me, and it was sub-zero temperatures. I'm terminally ill with stage 4 cancer. And they were worried about how much time I was spending. Me, just me, nobody else. Their undercovers could be here all they wanted. So you know what that's called when you're putting a terminally ill cancer patient with multiple cancer metastasis in both lungs that's causing collapsed lungs outside in sub-zero temps? That's called profits over people, you capitalist, Epstein, child molesting, slave driving, racist, bigoted Nazi fucks. If you're a public accommodation, you should just be welcoming your community as a warming center or as a cooling center or as an LGBTQ safe place. That's exactly what's going on. I'm being murdered because I'm LGBTQ, amongst other things. So that's why you had one LGBTQ manager, but she didn't really have any power. So you brought in, I'm starting to see the other guy, the regional manager, and then you brought in Nick from Shelburne to cover your ass. It ain't, if I were them, I'd be pissed as fuck that you're using them to cover your murdering gay bashing. And by the way, that means Michaela Cated and Michaela Rain's murder with Ethan and BlackRock and the Catons and Burl. I see red. That's all I see. I'm not going to see black. I'm not going to see white. I'm not going to see gay, straight, male, female, AA, not AA. or any other Title VII protected anything. I see red. I see red. You deserve to hang in New Nuremberg trials, all you motherfuckers who played a role in taking that lady away from her child and killing off all those foxes and helping Ethan. And I'm not just talking about them, I'm talking about every other goddamn victim, from the Palestine to Sudan to Iran, Yemen, Libya, Brazil, veterans, active military, Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice, Breonna Taylor, pick a name. I'm just going to name who affected me, who they fucked with that really affected me. Especially since they killed her specifically to hurt me and then boasted about it. Burl bragged about that shit at Green Mountain Transit. Gloated. I see red. So bring the pandering bullshit. Because that's the first fucking thing that lets me know who's who. Oh, and when you try to bring in a new troll to pander, like the lady you have lurking out at Shelburne Road, laying in the grass charging her phone in a big old huge grocery cart full of shit. I catch the number 6 downtown, then catch the number 2, and as I drive by, there the bitch is with another cart. How the fuck did she beat me to Essex? You're fucking clowns. Incompetent fucking stupid ass fucking clowns. Like, I'm not gonna notice that. Watching her phone around memorial that Pomerleau's built for their wife or their sister, whoever the fuck it was. I get downtown, I wait a few minutes, I catch the number 2. I go on out to, I don't remember where I was, for whatever reason, I think I was going up to Domino's or somewhere. Damn if the bitch wasn't already out here in the same fucking clothes with a big grocery cart full of shit. You can't take a fucking grocery cart on the bus. They bitch and piss if you've got a folding shopping cart. And I'm like, are they fucking for real? And it was more than once this happened. That's how fucking stupid you when I say they're constantly taking stupid to the next level, they are. Who sends a fucking assassin to brag about being friends with Michaela's husband, and tells me he works for Border Patrol, which is Homeland Security, while trying to get me into his car because he's going to get me a hotel room. Like I need to get in the car for that. Fucker can do it on his phone. He don't need me to get in the car with him for that. I had no doubt he had so much shit piled up in the car because he's living in it. Another way he was pandering. Probably had a big syringe with liquid fentanyl ready to stick in my leg, which there would have been nothing I could do about it. Narcan doesn't work on fentanyl. It does a little bit. That's how I managed to save myself, but it took 3 nasal things of Narcan, plus a whole bupe that has a blocker in it. And I was still pretty damn sick. It saved my life, but I felt like hell for days. and that wasn't even that much. So the blockers, I think when the ambulance show up, I think they must give you a big, huge dose IV. I saw that one Ben's killer, Ray, that helped Alex kill Ben in the parking garage across from Safe Harbor. He died. All he did was he was smoking it. He wasn't injecting it. He took one puff and died, turned blue within a matter of just a few minutes. They tried to Narcan him with the nasal, and I think they tried to kill him. I think that was a hit, because I haven't seen the dealer who gave it to him since. And he kept trying to get everybody not to call 911. Oh, we Narcaned him. He's going to be fine. We're looking at him. Guy's not breathing. He's turning blue. Luckily, just some random person that was in the park went ahead and called 911. And apparently the paramedics probably gave him IV Narcan or an adrenaline shot or something. But he was dead when they got there. He was DOA when they arrived. They were probably trying to kill him because he was a suspect. Why Alex is still alive, I don't know. Especially after he confessed to working with Ray to kill Ben, and he got 50, 60 grand worth of free dental work, probably more than that. I don't know. Oh, and he's LGBTQ too. So, like I said, I'm not going to see whether you're black, white, red, purple, LGBTQ, female, autistic. I see red. And I see your micro expressions. And I hear your vocal tones and your demeanor. And your pandering and your bullshit. That's all I'm going to hear, and then you're going to die. You're going to hang at the new Nuremberg trials, or if they don't hang you, you'll get strapped to a gurney and you'll get injected with lethal dose of potassium chloride. Fuck around and find out.